What's going on, people, and welcome to the LV Live Show. I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Once again, I want to thank all the new subscribers for coming by to my channel, man. It is truly, truly appreciated, right? So the New York Giants are back home at MetLife to play their second preseason game against the Carolina Panthers, and they come off victorious 21-19 in a great win. I just wanted to see, okay, Giants have their second preseason game. Are they going to let the starters play, right? Are they going to let Daniel Jones? I kind of had a feeling we wasn't going to see Saquon Barkley, but just the starters, right? Are we going to see the offensive line and Daniel Jones play? We want to get a sense to see how this offense is. Are they going to play the starters on defense? What is this second game going to look like? And they did. The offense came out ripping and roaring. Daniel Jones, 8 for 9, 69 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 catches for Darren Waller, 30 yards. He looked unguardable in the first series. and that's all he needed was just one series, right? The Giants marched up the field 75 yards and scored a touchdown. Daniel Jones to Bellinger, which was a great read. This is an exciting offense, okay? Listen, I don't want to jump out the window, but listen, man, you add Saquon Barkley to that, the way the offense moved up and down that field today, we're going to be explosive. We're going to be extremely exciting, right? But listen, I'm sure you're tired of looking at my face, hearing me yapping. Let's get straight to the highlights, right? Hey, listen, man. Listen, I told you guys, we got to be honest here. This is what we all wanted to see, right? We wanted to see what is this team going to look like? Like, what are they going to be? You know, how are they going to look? You see Darren Waller right there. You know, he kind of got hit really hard right there, dropped the ball. But you wanted to see exactly what's this offense going to look like. How are they going to gel, right? And Daniel Jones just looks solid, man. Second year under this offense with Brian Daboll, you can see it coming, guys. You can see him starting to get a good understanding of the offense, how things are going. He just didn't seem like he wasn't unsure, right? This is very much what Brian Daboll did with Josh Allen over there in Buffalo. It was pretty much the same exact thing he did, man. He just kind of had a guy who he knew, like, okay, you know what, this is a talented guy. We just got to make things and give him some pieces and make things easier, right, for him and get him a good breakdown of the offense. And with his talent, I think we could do it. Now, listen, great. I'm not going to say Daniel Jones is Josh Allen. I understand that. But what I'm saying is that with his skill set, I think he can make a lot of noise here. I really, truly do. And finally, he's got some weapons, right? Perfect example, right? Jalen Hyatt exploded today and got his first touchdown of his career. Of course, it's not during the regular season, but it was a nice bomb from Tyrod Taylor, in which he caught, which was beautiful, right? Of course, the play right before that, he dropped a drag play. It looked like it was about 20-yard drag play coming around. He dropped it, and he went right back to him on a bomb deep. If he can get open and kind of be a deep threat for the Giants and be dangerous for the Giants right there, oh man, sky's the limit. Because now what that does, that opens things up, right? For Darren Waller to pretty much maneuver in that middle, get a couple of those drag plays right there, 10, 15 yards for Daniel Jones. And of course, Daniel Jones can scramble. And then also, too, we forgot about the weapon that Saquon Barkley can be in the passing game, which was just, hey man, you see, I'm at a point I'm kind of lost of words just because I'm extremely excited about what I saw. Now, that was the offense, right? We'll come back to that. But the defense looked solid as well. You could tell they looked rusty, right? On the first series, they were getting a lot of penalties. They kind of like, was keeping Carolina in it to where they got the field goal out of that first drive. Offsides on Dexter Lawrence one time, and I think a quarterback roughing by Dexter Lawrence. But did you guys see what the corner situation is? Trey Hawkins is starting, guys. He's starting out there, right? So you have Deonte Banks, Trey Hawkins, and then moved Adoree Jackson into the slot. So that speaks to pretty much them stating, Wink and all those guys saying, listen, man, we're going to play the best guys, period. And the way Trey Hawkins has looked in camp, obviously it's been, extraordinary because he's starting now. And they bumped, Adoree Jackson down to the slot. Now, I'm sure there's going to be moments where Adoree Jackson does go to the outside and play, but it looks like those three are pretty much going to be the starting guys. The way Darnell and Flott and Darnay Holmes looked today, it looked average, man. It looked okay. Flott had a couple of decent plays. But I don't know about starting those guys. I just don't. And I think that today we kind of saw what the plan is going to be for that defense, secondary wise. I think we're great back there with Xavier McKinney and Jason Pinnock. I think we're great back there. Also, too, it looks like Micah McFadden is going to be starting right over Beavers, right? So it's going to be him and Okorie right there in the middle. So that should be extremely interesting to see how Micah McFadden comes. I mean, listen, man, the guy, he played last year, played a lot, made a great impression on the coach. So you got to give him that. He obviously deserves, and Beavers coming off the injury. He's got to show that, he deserves to start. But based on what I saw today, this is pretty much going to be the Giants starting lineup, right, as far as defense goes. But like I said, I thought the defense was solid altogether. Now back to the offense, right? There was also a couple of other things that I saw as well, too. I also saw Daniel Jones checking it down to Paris Campbell, right? Paris Campbell was able to get open, right? He looks like he's going to pretty much be on the slot and be on the outside. Then I saw a situation where he hit Isaiah Hodgins with a great pass, right? So then I saw a situation also too where you saw, I don't think Slayton caught a pass today, but he's another weapon, right? So he's got a lot to pick from, man. He's got a lot, especially with Darren Waller being who Darren Waller is. You saw exactly in that first drive exactly why he's such a dangerous player, because now it's just a matchup nightmare. What do? Who do you put on Darren Waller? You have nobody to put on him. It's like the Giants have their own, Travis Kelce 2.0, right? Of course, I don't want to say he's as good as Kelce, but he's not too far off. Right, so Darren Waller was a Pro Bowler, man. He was a big time player out there with the Oakland Raiders. I was gonna say Oakland, but Las Vegas Raiders. He just had a couple of injuries, but when he's healthy, he is top tier tight ends in this league, and that's what you saw today. You saw the comfortability in Daniel Jones, knowing that I have a guy who I can trust, and then I have a deep threat in Jalen Hyatt. Then I have a middle to a deep threat in Paris Campbell because of his speed. And then, of course, I have another deep threat, which is Darius Slayton. You just got to watch out for the drops, but he still has the speed. So now it's just dangerous. And once again, we cannot forget about Saquon Barkley. So now you got to watch him. Extremely excited, man. Extremely excited. Now, also, too, I want to see how Evan Neal looked. I thought he was solid, guys. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, he kind of missed that one blitz, but the guy stunted out. So Evan Neal knocked his guy down. He just has to react out quicker to get the guy before he was able to sack Tyrod Taylor. But all in all, I thought Evan Neal looked good. I thought he looked solid. I didn't really see any issues with him. I know he's got a lot to kind of work on because he's been out because he had the concussion during training camp. But I like what I see. I really, really do. I think he's really gotten better. I think he's going to have an uptick, in regards to productivity for this team. Considering, last year was just not a good year for him. But he put in a lot of work during the offseason. And I like what I saw. I truly, truly did. It was just just all together, man. Just watching this game, you kind of can see where the Giants have gotten better. Because the way they were going down and scoring. Now imagine if Daniel Jones and those guys would have played the whole game, right? With those weapons. Giants might have put up a 40-piece today. They would have. Giants defense is solid. You know what I mean? I really, truly love those two young corners on the back end. I do. And then also, too, hopefully we can get Ojulari, Aziz. We can keep him healthy. But Thibodeau looked like a monster today. On the edge. He got a sack today. So you have that. You have shut down corners. Now that gives your edge rushers the opportunity to get to the quarterback, right? And, of course, big Dexter Lawrence, big sexy Dexy, just clogging up that middle, which is great. Also, too, we didn't see Ashawn Robertson today because she's still kind of nursing, coming back from that meniscus. But they said he's ready to go. And, of course, we didn't see Nacho today. So you have those big four run guys in the middle. Of course, you got Leonard Williams in there. And also, too, another great guy who I saw today that played really, really well was Jordan Riley, right? The kid out of Oregon, right? So he's another big piece. So we got we got 5 big hog mollies in there to clog up that middle and let Aziz and Kayvon get busy on the outside edge, right? So we got to, it should be an exciting year. Exciting year. I like what I saw from the offense. Now, of course, we're gonna have the Jets coming up, who have a ferocious defense next weekend. So we got to see how that offense looks against that defense, right? Because the Jets defense is legit, right? Quillen Williams is just as good as Dexter Lawrence, if not better, right? And he's a monster in that middle. So John Michael Schmitz is going to have his hands full dealing with Quillen Williams over there with the Jets. But playing against Dexter Lawrence, playing against an all-pro guy like that every day in practice should pretty much prepare you for the best tackles in the game and some guys that aren't as talented as Dexter Lawrence, to where you'll be ready. And I think John Michael Schmitz will hold up in that middle. But it should be exciting, man, just to see exactly how good they look against a team like the Jets, whose defense is top tier. But yeah, man, listen, great game, great offense, great defense. It's just great to see. Great to see. It truly, truly is. So yeah, I think it's going to be a great season, man. I really, truly, truly do. All right, but listen, that's my show. I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, people. All right. Also, too, if it's your first time coming by, please leave comments, and also, too, please subscribe. All right. I'm LV Live, and that's my show, and I'm out, people. Peace.